A very good morning to all my dear students. This video is part 2 of the series of note making and summarizing. In this video, we will talk specifically regarding summarizing. We will learn the skill of summarizing. Now, what you have to do when you're summarizing a piece of text, so you can remember it easily by the acronym SUM, S-U-M, which means number 1, your summary is shorter than the text. Number 2, use your own words while writing the summary. Do not copy paste lines from the passage. Number 3, main ideas only. It is important to extract only the main concept because you have a word limit of 80 words. Let us talk about the definition of summarize. It means to make a brief statement in your own words of the content of a passage, paragraph, article or book, focusing on the central idea. Now, summarizing involves taking the main ideas from a piece of text and translating them into your own words, which means it will be significantly shorter than the original text and tends to give an overview or general idea. It does not give all the details word by word. Basically, it avoids too many details. It means a key to writing good summary is not only taking important information but how well you are able to eliminate information which is not very important. Now, two questions are there. You have to think and write down two reasons why understanding how to summarize is so important in English. So, why is it important to learn about summarizing? Second, you have to think and write down two examples in real life where summarizing might be useful. So, these answers you can write in your writing section notebook. Now, some points regarding summarizing. What is it? You have to take into account that what is worth remembering, what are the points that you need to remember, and then later on using those points you can elaborate. Point number 2, when you summarize, you reduce the amount of text. When you reduce text, you take away words. Now, how will we take away words? We will eliminate the information that is not very important. Only use the most important ideas from the text. So we can say that the main points that we use for our note making, they should be there forming a part of the summary. So you should always focus on the key points. It's okay to ignore information that isn't important. Now, while writing a summary, you might feel that I'm not able to contain all the information in my summary. So that is fine. You are getting only 80 words in your hand. So it is okay to eliminate some of the information. All you need is to include only the main basic points of your passage. Again, summary is a short retelling of a story or text that includes only the most important information. Summaries include the main idea of the text and omit minor details. Summaries are considerably shorter than the original text. So again the same points, but just to remind you that what you have to do, number 1, only important information. Second, only main idea. How can this be achieved? By eliminating the minor, lesser important details. And third one, it should always be short. Use only 80 words. In CBSE, the word limit of 80 words is given to you. Now, skimming and scanning play an even important role in writing summary. Skimming means to read quickly to get the general idea and take out important points. Also, scanning means to look quickly for one thing in particular if any date or any detail is very important from the point of view of the text. Now these things, once you have extracted, rest of the things you can easily eliminate. In case of making notes, what you had, one facility you had in your hand, that the most important information became your main point, the lesser important point became your sub point, and some of the details related to sub points became your sub points. But here, when you are writing summary, you have only 80 words in your hand, which means you can only take the most important information. So the things that you have taken as your main points, the concepts that you have taken as your main points, they will for sure be a part of your summary. After that, you have to see that how many words you are left with. Now, the number of words that you are left with, those words you have to use for including the other details that you consider to be important from the point of view of the text. Now, every piece of writing has a format and a structure. So here we will talk about the structure of writing summary. Let's talk about the title first. You can write summary as the title. Then you'll put a colon, then you leave a line, and then you'll start writing your summary. Now, few points regarding summary. There should be maximum 6 to 7 sentences in your summary, because you have 80 words in your hand, so logically you cannot use more than 6 to 7 sentences. Now the word limit is 80 words. Opening line, how should you start your summary? So you can start your summary like this. This passage talks about, or this passage tells us. Now, no change of paragraphs should be done when you are writing the summary. You will not change paragraph anywhere. This is very important. So all these points are very important from examination point of view. You should always keep them in your mind while you're writing summary. Now once again we'll see the same passage, the sun, that we took for the previous video, that is part 1 of note making and summarizing. Here we read the passage and highlight the points that we consider to be the most important in each paragraph. That is the most important concept of each paragraph. Now here for this, what you can do, the points that you have considered as main points in your notes, they should be included when you are writing your summary. So we'll highlight all those points. So here at least 4 to 5 lines we have already got. After that we'll see that some information, if we can fit and adjust within the word limit of 80 words, we will do so. Now students, here you can see how summary of a given passage is written. Here only 6 lines have been used to write the summary, and the word limit, that is 80 words, has been adhered to. So you have to summarize your text like this. The crucial points that have to be followed: number 1, only include the main points, main concepts from your text. If you have divided your text into 4 paragraphs, just see that what is the crux of each paragraph and use that in your summary. After that, whatever words you're left with, those words you can use for adding any extra information that you consider to be important in the summary. Now students, one more important point when you're writing the summary, that in note making you were allowed to use short phrases, sentences that were not correct grammatically but which made sense somehow. Here when you're writing summary, you are not allowed to do that. You have to write full sentences, grammatically correct sentences. Also, when you're writing summary, you're not allowed to use symbols or abbreviations. So these things you have to keep in your mind. Short forms, phrases, symbols, abbreviations are only allowed for making notes and not when you are writing summary. Students, I had given you two pictures or two images and you had to identify the idiom or phrase that they are portraying. So here are the answers to previous quizzes. First one is as cool as cucumber. It means to be calm at all times and a person who does not lose his or her temper. The second one, the idiom, it is cry wolf. It is an allusion or it is taken from a story named The Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. You must have heard this story that a boy cries that wolf has come and people come to help him. So this boy, he does it many times, but when really the wolf comes, people think that he's just mocking, making fun of them, and they do not come to help him. So it means that if you ask for help when you don't need it, people think you don't need help when you really need it. So don't be a cry wolf. This is it for today's video. Thank you for listening patiently. Your assignments are attached with this video. You can make your assignments in your writing section notebook. Thank you.